Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt like you hadn't truly slept at all? You went to bed at a decent hour. You stayed in bed for a full 8 hours. And yet, your body feels weighed down, your thoughts sluggish, and the day feels exhausting before it's even begun. If that sounds like you, you're not alone. I hear this all the time, especially from women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, who say the same thing. I'm always tired, but I don't understand why. Maybe someone told you, that's just aging. That fatigue is just part of getting older. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. Feeling drained every day is not just an inevitable part of aging. There are real underlying reasons your energy has slipped away. And more importantly, there are real ways to bring it back. Today we're going to talk honestly and gently about the hidden causes of fatigue in older women. I'm not here to flood you with information. I'm here to be a calm, reassuring guide, a friend, helping you uncover the truth about your body and your energy. Because once you understand what's really going on, you can start to reclaim your vitality, one small, empowering step at a time. So take a deep breath. This moment is just for you. Let's begin, together. Number 1, the silent hormone crash. No one warns you about. Let's talk about something that affects nearly every woman as she gets older, but is rarely talked about openly. Not menopause itself, but what happens after. Sure, most of us have heard about the hot flashes, mood swings, and night sweats that come with the change. But what hardly anyone prepares you for is what comes years later, when your hormone levels don't just dip, they plummet. After menopause, estrogen and progesterone don't magically stabilize. For many women, these hormones continue to decline until they're almost non-existent. And that quiet crash, it has a huge impact on your energy, your clarity, and even your emotional resilience, far more than most of us realize. Here's the thing. Back when we were younger, those hormones weren't just about periods and pregnancy. Estrogen was like rocket fuel for our brains. It kept our memories sharp, helped regulate how our body processed sugar, and gave us that mental clarity we barely appreciated at the time. Progesterone? That was our internal calm. It helped soothe the nervous system and made it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Now, without them, even simple things can start to feel like uphill battles. Carrying groceries, climbing stairs, focusing on a book, they all take more effort. You may feel heavier, slower, or just off. And guess what? That's not just in your head. You're not lazy, you're not weak, and you're definitely not broken. Your body is trying to function without the fuel it once had, and that matters. What makes this even more frustrating? Most doctors never bring it up. They might chalk it all up to getting older and send you on your way, but they rarely stop to ask, what if there's more going on? The truth is, there are solutions. Some women find new life through bioidentical hormone therapy. Others benefit from adrenal support or targeted supplements that help rebalance the body after menopause, but you won't know what's possible unless you ask. So if you've noticed a shift, if your energy has crashed, your brain feels foggy, or you just don't feel like you anymore, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. Ask to have your hormones tested, because understanding what's really happening in your body is the first step toward getting your energy and your spark back. And at this stage in life, let's be honest, knowledge is power. Number 2, the sneaky nutrient deficiencies, quietly draining your energy. Here's something most women are never told. You can eat well, take your daily vitamins, and still feel completely wiped out. Why? Because as we age, our bodies change, especially in how we absorb nutrients. After age 60, our stomachs naturally produce less acid, and stomach acid plays a vital role in breaking down food and helping our bodies absorb essential nutrients. So even if your plate is filled with fruits, veggies, and protein, you might not be getting the full benefit. That's why so many older women are walking around with hidden nutrient deficiencies and they have no idea. They just know they feel tired, foggy, worn down, but they don't know why. Let's shine a light on 4 of the most common deficiencies that could be quietly stealing your energy. Vitamin B12. This powerhouse vitamin keeps your brain sharp and your nervous system running smoothly. But as you get older, your body has a harder time absorbing it, especially from food alone. When B12 runs low, you might feel confused, forgetful, or profoundly tired. Some women are even misdiagnosed with memory problems, when really, it's just this one vitamin that needs a boost. Iron. Even though your periods have stopped, your iron levels can still fall over time. Things like poor absorption, inflammation, or even small digestive issues can wear it down. When iron is low, you might feel short of breath, notice a racing heart, or feel like everyday tasks take way too much effort. Vitamin D. We know vitamin D helps with bones, but it also plays a big role in mood and energy. And as we age, our skin doesn't produce vitamin D from sunlight as well as it used to. When you're low, you might feel achy, run down, or emotionally flat, like the brightness has dimmed just a little. Magnesium. Magnesium is a quiet multitasker. It supports your muscles, your nerves, your sleep, and your ability to handle stress. When you're low, and so many women are, you might feel anxious, heavy, or like no amount of rest truly restores you. And to make it trickier, stress depletes magnesium even faster. Here's the catch. Most doctors don't routinely test for all of these. They might check your iron or vitamin D if you ask, but B12 and magnesium, often overlooked. That's why it's so important to speak up. Here's what you can do. Ask your doctor for specific nutrient tests. Don't settle for vague answers or general checkups. You have a right to know what's happening in your body. Consider targeted supplements. A standard multivitamin may not be enough to correct a real deficiency. Sometimes your body needs extra support, and that's perfectly okay. Trust how you feel. If you're tired every day, waking up foggy, or just feeling off, don't ignore it. Your body is trying to tell you something. I remember when I found out I was low in both B12 and magnesium. I started supplementing, carefully with my doctor's guidance, and within weeks I felt clearer, calmer, more like me again. It was like a little spark returned. And you deserve that too. Not someday. Now, number 3. Poor sleep quality, not just quantity. We've all heard it for years. You need 8 hours of sleep a night, so we do our best. We go to bed at a reasonable hour, we stay in bed all night, and yet we still wake up feeling tired, drained, like we barely slept at all. Sound familiar? So many women, especially in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, tell me, I sleep through the night, but I still feel exhausted in the morning. And believe me, I get it. I've been there too. The truth is, as we get older, it's not just about how long we sleep. It's about how well we sleep. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. As we age, our bodies naturally produce less melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep and stay asleep. On top of that, we spend less time in deep sleep, the most restorative stage of rest. That's the time when your body repairs, your brain resets, and your energy is truly restored. So even if you're lying in bed for 8 full hours, you might only be getting a fraction of the quality sleep your body really needs. Let me ask you something. Do you ever wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning and just lie there, wide awake, staring at the ceiling? Does your mind start racing, worrying about your health, your family, your finances? By the time the sun rises, do you already feel like the day has taken something from you before it's even begun? That's not just normal aging. That's your body struggling to rest. And if you wake up stiff, groggy, or like your body never fully let go, It's a sign your sleep is too shallow. Without enough deep sleep, your muscles don't recover, your brain doesn't clear out the mental clutter, and your energy never fully returns. For a while I told myself, well, maybe this is just how it is now. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. So I started making small intentional changes, and step by step everything began to shift. Here's what helped me. I turned off all screens, TV, phone, computer, at least an hour before bed. I made my bedroom cooler and darker. I began taking a gentle dose of magnesium glycinate in the evenings, and I created a soothing bedtime routine to let my body know it's time to wind down. At first, it wasn't perfect, but after a few weeks, I started falling asleep faster and staying asleep longer, and best of all, I started waking up feeling like me again. One more thing, and it's important: if you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or always feel exhausted no matter how many hours you sleep, please talk to your doctor about sleep apnea. It's not just a men's issue. In fact, many older women develop sleep apnea, especially after menopause, and don't even know it. Left untreated, it can silently rob you of rest night after night. So please remember, sleep isn't just about numbers. It's not about ticking off 8 hours. It's about whether your body is getting the deep, healing rest it truly needs. And the good news? With just a few small changes, better sleep is absolutely possible. You deserve to wake up feeling refreshed, restored, and fully alive, and it can start tonight. Number 4, the weight of chronic stress and emotional exhaustion. Let's take a deep breath together, because this next part, this one runs deep. We're talking about stress, not the kind that comes and goes, but the kind that quietly builds over years, the kind that settles into your body, your heart, and your spirit, and never really leaves. This isn't just about a packed schedule or too many errands. It's about the emotional weight we carry, especially as women, especially as we age. Think back. For decades, we ran on adrenaline. We raised children, worked long hours, managed homes, supported partners, and held everything and everyone together. We told ourselves, just get through this. We whispered, someday when things calm down, I'll finally rest. But for many of us, that calm never really came. Instead, the stress just shifted. Now it looks like worrying about your health or your partner's. It looks like checking your savings account and wondering, will it last? It looks like caring for aging parents or becoming the rock for your grandkids. It looks like watching your grown children struggle, feeling helpless to fix it. And through it all, we carry this quiet heartbreak, layered and unspoken. That emotional weight is real, and it is exhausting. Here's something many people don't realize. Your body doesn't know the difference between a real danger and a stressful thought. Every time you worry, your brain sends out cortisol, your stress hormone. And when cortisol stays high for too long, it burns you out. It wears down your adrenal system. It makes you feel anxious, on edge, bone-tired, and emotionally raw. That's why small things, like losing your keys or missing an appointment, can suddenly feel overwhelming. It's not because you're getting old. It's because your nervous system is running on empty. And then there's grief. Grief for the loved ones you've lost. Grief for your old routines, old identity, or your sense of purpose after retirement. Even the quiet of an empty house can feel like too much sometimes. These emotional losses, they take just as much from you as any illness. But here's what I want you to know. You are not broken, and you don't have to suffer in silence. So what can you do? First, give yourself permission to rest. Not just physically, but emotionally. You've been strong for everyone else. It's okay to be soft with yourself, to pause, to breathe. Second, protect your peace. That might mean saying no without guilt. It might mean setting boundaries, even with the people you love. It means choosing yourself without apology. Third, find outlets that help you release. Maybe it's writing in a journal. Maybe it's a walk in the woods, your hands in the garden soil, or sitting quietly in the morning sun with a warm cup of tea. Maybe it's joining a support group or talking to a therapist or spiritual counselor. You deserve a safe place to share what you're carrying, because emotional exhaustion is just as real as physical fatigue. And when you begin to heal on the inside, your energy starts to return on the outside. You have carried so much for so many. Now it's time to carry yourself with the same love, the same care, and the same grace. Number 5, the hidden energy thief, blood sugar imbalance. Here's something that might surprise you. Your energy issues might be tied to your blood sugar, even if you've never been diagnosed with diabetes. I know what you're thinking. That's not me. My blood sugar's fine. I used to think that too. But what I've learned, and what so many women over 50 are just now discovering, is that blood sugar imbalances can quietly drain your energy long before any official diagnosis ever happens. As we get older, especially after menopause, our bodies naturally become more resistant to insulin. That means the sugar from your meals isn't used by your cells as efficiently. Instead of giving you energy, it can send you on a roller coaster, quick spikes followed by hard crashes, and the worst part, you might not even feel those crashes in the way you'd expect. No shaking, no dizziness, no obvious red flags. Just a deep, unexplained tiredness. That foggy, low-energy feeling that creeps in around mid-morning, or the overwhelming urge to nap right after lunch, or that mental crash where you can't remember why you walked into the room. Sound familiar? Let me paint a picture of a day many of us know all too well. You wake up, maybe you're in a rush, so you grab something quick. Toast, a banana, maybe a sugary coffee drink. Seems harmless, right? But that quick carb load sends your blood sugar soaring. Your body releases insulin to fix it, and a couple hours later you crash. You feel irritable, tired, maybe even a little weepy. So you reach for another snack or another cup of coffee just to get through the next part of the day. And just like that, you're stuck in a loop, riding a silent roller coaster of highs and lows that leave you even more exhausted than when you started. For me, the light bulb moment came when I started checking my blood sugar after meals, just out of curiosity. And sure enough, those healthy breakfasts I was eating, they were sending my numbers soaring, and the crash always followed, every single time. So how do we break the cycle without overcomplicating life? Start your morning with protein and healthy fats. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts, or a protein smoothie. These will give you steady energy that actually lasts. Avoid starting your day with sugar and carbs alone. Toast, cereal, muffins, they might seem comforting, but they're secretly setting you up to crash by 10 a.m. Eat balanced meals. Include protein, fiber, and a little healthy fat in every meal. This combo helps keep your blood sugar stable and your energy even. Snack smarter. Pair carbs with protein or fat. Instead of just an apple, add a handful of almonds. Instead of crackers alone, try some cheese or hummus with them. Tiny tweaks, big difference. Cut back on refined sugar and white bread. You don't have to give everything up, but making small swaps can help smooth out your energy curve in a big way. When I finally learned how to support my blood sugar, it was like someone lifted a weight off my shoulders. I felt clearer, calmer, and more steady throughout the day. No more random energy crashes, no more brain fog, no more emotional ups and downs that felt out of my control, and most importantly, I felt more like myself again. Because this isn't about dieting, it's not about restrictions or rules, it's about understanding how to fuel your body so it can support you, with clarity, with calm, and with energy that lasts. Number 6. The medications you take might be taking more than you think. Let's talk about something most women never think to question: the medications in their own cabinets. By the time we reach our 60s or 70s, many of us are taking at least a few prescriptions: blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, anxiety, pain, you name it, and there's likely a little orange bottle for it. And while many of these medications are important, even life-saving, there's something we don't hear nearly enough. Some of them might be quietly draining our energy. Here's the truth. Certain medications can cause chronic fatigue as a side effect, and unless you bring it up, it's not always something your doctor will mention. Let's walk through a few of the most common culprits. Beta blockers, often prescribed for high blood pressure or heart conditions. They slow the heart rate to protect your heart, but can also leave you feeling sluggish, slow, or weak, especially if the dose is higher than what you really need. Statins, used to lower cholesterol, but known to cause muscle aches, joint pain, and overall fatigue in some people. If you've been unusually sore or tired since starting one, it's worth a closer look. Antidepressants. These can lift mood and ease anxiety, but they may also flatten your emotional energy. If you feel muted, less motivated, or like your spark is gone, your medication might be playing a role. Sleep aids. Yes, they help you fall asleep, but many cause a lingering hangover that leaves you foggy, groggy, and unbalanced the next morning. Pain medications, allergy pills, even over-the-counter meds. All of these can bring on drowsiness and brain fog without you even realizing it's happening. Now, just to be clear, never stop a medication without talking to your doctor first. Some are vital, and stopping suddenly could be dangerous. But what you can do is start a conversation. At your next appointment, bring a full list of everything you take: prescription, over-the-counter, even supplements. Ask one simple question: could any of these be making me tired? You might be surprised by what you hear. In some cases, there may be gentler alternatives, smaller doses, or even lifestyle changes that reduce the need for a particular medication altogether. Because here's the thing: you've worked too hard and come too far to feel like you're dragging yourself through each day just to keep going. Sometimes the answer to exhaustion isn't more caffeine or more sleep. It's knowledge, it's clarity, and it's the courage to ask better questions. Let's bring it all home. If you found yourself nodding along to these conversations, if you've been thinking, yes, that's me, please know this: you are not alone, and you are not broken. Feeling tired all the time isn't just something you have to accept. It's not a weakness. It's not just part of getting older. It's your body whispering that something's out of balance. Maybe it's a hormone shift no one warned you about. Maybe it's a nutrient your body used to absorb with ease, but now struggles to hold on to. Maybe it's shallow sleep that never quite restores you, or grief and stress that weigh heavier than anyone can see. Maybe it's medication or blood sugar crashes or emotional fatigue that's been building for years. Whatever the cause, you deserve to know, you deserve relief, and you absolutely deserve to feel like yourself again. You've spent decades taking care of others. You've shown up again and again, even when you were tired, even when no one noticed. Now it's time for you. Time to feel rested, clear, steady, and truly alive. And no, you don't have to do it all at once. Just start with a small step. Listen to your body. Trust that little voice inside that says, I miss feeling good. Ask the questions you haven't asked before. Make the tiny changes that add up to big relief. You've carried others with so much love. Now it's your turn to carry yourself with that same care and devotion. Because no matter your age, it is never too late to feel better. And if no one else has said this to you today, let me be the one to say it clearly. You are worthy of rest. You are worthy of healing. And you are worthy of energy that lets you live fully, on your terms. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and most of all, stay kind to yourself. You truly do deserve it.